Wolfman, the January horror movie. Once again, we get another one of these. This one is starring Julia Garner, Christopher Abbott, and Leigh Whannell, who's also the director. It's a story of a family. They're going through some hard times, and they get a confirmation of death letter from Christopher Abbott's dad. His character's name is Blake. And then they have to go and reclaim the place that he grew up in, his dad's place, because his dad is apparently dead now. But let me start from the actual beginning. It starts 30 years earlier when it shows him as a kid out there with his dad. They're out there hunting, and you get like some glimpses of the Wolfman. It's like actually an urban legend for them. It's like if you get this scar, it's called like this. It's like the mark of the wolf or something, or the face of the wolf. It's like a disease to people out there in the mountains. They say to an indigenous tribe. So that's kind of the premise. So the guy's dad dies. The family's not doing well. Like the mom and dad are on rough times, so they want to go there to, well, get his dad's things and also connect as a family. On their way there, you see this in the trailer. They get ran off the road, and then all the wolf stuff starts happening. Like they pick up a guy, all this stuff happens where, they fall out of the truck, and then they run to the house, and the dad was scratched, and you start seeing the consequences of getting scratched by a wolf man. So the effects are pretty decent in this, because it's all practical from what I understand. Like most of it's basically all practical, and so all the changes and all that stuff, it's all practical, which was pretty cool. That was good. And the thing that I liked the most about this movie was actually the sound design. The sound design was really good. Like it built up pretty good tension, and they did really well with that. And it's just like the atmosphere, like how it's obviously very dark. You can tell it's like kind of low budget. It still looks good. The thing I was really interested in is see Julia Garner act as like more of a leading role, and she's kind of splitting the leading role because it switches perspective a lot. Like they have some cool camera tricks that they do in this to really build up the atmosphere. And Julia Garner, she's okay. I don't feel like she has that many points that she really needs to act like really, really, really well in. It's just kind of a typical January horror movie. But I have noticed at least like we're getting somewhat better January horror movies. Like we got Megan either last year or the year before that. There's been this one, but then you get stuff like Swim, which was not good. So every now and then you find some decent ones. I would say this one it's decent. It's a good little watch. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 35, give or take. It was pretty quick. It got right to the point, and then it ends how you probably assume it ends. It's a pretty straightforward story. It's not quite like the other Wolfman movies. Like this one's pretty separate. It's a much more contained story. Like I guess some of the other ones are too, but it was all right. The daughter, she's whatever. She's not a very great actress. You'd think she'd be a little bit more scared, but she's just not. So overall, if you got nothing better to do, I would recommend it. It's not probably the worst movie out there. I can't really think of many other things to watch right now. I know next week is Flight Plan. That looks pretty interesting. Could be good. So I give this like a very soft recommend. But, January movies are pretty hit and miss. Sometimes they ride in the middle. This one's somewhere in the middle for me. But I said the sound design was really good. That's probably actually my favorite part is the sound design. So take that as you will. Anyways, you guys have a good one.